Good morning, Alan. Hello, everyone else, and welcome to TARDIS Spider. Today, the crown jewel of companions, Sarah Jane Smith. The third Doctor has three companions: Liz Shaw, Jo Grant, and Sarah Jane Smith. Well, the fourth Doctor has four companions, played by five actors, plus the start of the fifth Doctor's crowded TARDIS. But the crown jewel of Tom Baker's companions is Sarah Jane Smith. Tom Baker will inherit Sarah Jane Smith. Later, he will refer to her as his best friend. Beginning with his first story, Robot, through the Hand of Fear, a total of 13 adventures, 28 December 1974 through 23 October 1976. Sarah will return in The Five Doctors and again in the new series story, School Reunion, Stolen Earth, and Journey's End. She is arguably the most popular companion in the history of the series. In her autobiography, Elizabeth Sladen explains, "The arrival of a new doctor gave me the freedom to regenerate Sarah Jane as well. It gave me a new lease on life and allowed me to expand." Sladen and Baker instantly clicked. They would spend much of their time during breaks sharing jokes and talking old movies. They had a near instant trust and understanding. "There was this understanding between Tom and Liz," Philip Hinchcliffe commented. "They trusted each other and they loved their characters. They could push each other the way good actors do. You could feel that special relationship and how they would balance off of each other." Sarah became more assertive, which Sladen would credit to the quality of the writing and Tom's insistence that the companion be capable and special. Sladen would speak of times when Tom would protest scenes that made Sarah look weak. He said, "I don't think Liz should do that. It makes her look stupid." He would add, "The doctor would not travel in space with someone who is stupid." Sladen's response was, "Oh, yes, go, Tom, go." Sarah Jane would adopt some of the Fourth Doctor's fashion sense, dressing in odd, colorful outfits, more youthful and playful than anything she had worn in Pertwee's final season. Sladen would involve herself in these costume choices, wanting to display how much Sarah was becoming like her Time Lord traveling companion. In the story The Seeds of Doom, Baker added a line in which the Doctor gleefully introduced Sarah Jane as his best friend. In all of the years of Doctor Who, the hero had never described anyone in such a way. Baker believed it fit the relationship developing between them. As her third year in the series was wrapping up, Sladen decided it was time to leave. 3 years is a good run for a classic companion. Writers proposed the idea that Sarah might die at the end of an adventure. Thankfully, Philip Hinchcliffe did not like how the story was written. Sladen would meet with him to protest the idea of killing her off, as it would upset younger viewers who were quite fond of Sarah, and marrying her off was just not in the character. If you've enjoyed this video, please take the time to comment, like, and subscribe. Robert Holmes and Hinchcliffe would sit down with Baker and Sladen, telling the actors that only they knew for sure how the Doctor and Sarah should say goodbye. A new script was given to the pair, who altered the dialogue in the final scene. Now, according to Hinchcliffe, they were right. The ending we had in mind did not work. The final scene was extended to give Sarah a proper goodbye. Sarah's final story is The Hand of Fear, broadcast from the 3rd to the 23rd of October 1976, with an average of 11 million per episode and a high of over 12 million for the finale. She had, at the time, had been the longest running companion in terms of broadcast seasons, with 3 full seasons and 2 stories. Sarah would return in The Five Doctors and in the new series. Sadly, Sladen was diagnosed with cancer in February of 2011, passing on April 19th, 2011. Watch these stories to see Sarah Jane Smith. In season 11 with John Pertwee, The Time Warrior, The Invasion of Dinosaurs, Death to the Daleks, The Monster of Paladin, Planet of Spiders. In season 12 with Tom Baker, Robot, The Ark in Space, The Sontaran Experiment, Genesis of the Daleks, Revenge of the Cybermen. In season 13, Terror of the Zygons, Planet of Evil, Pyramids of Mars, The Android Invasion, The Brain of Morbius, The Seeds of Doom. Season 14, The Mask of the Mandragora, and The Hand of Fear. She will also return in The Five Doctors. In the new series with David Tennant, School Reunion, The Stolen Earth Journey's End. The Tom Baker Elizabeth Sladen era coincides with Philip Hinchcliffe's time in the series, what many consider the best of the classic era, and maybe, just maybe, the best era of the series ever, along with the best Doctor companion pairing in the series. Enjoy your journey through time and space, and good night.